This one is the big one. This is the big idea here. And this is geared towards post-secondary education. And it is something that occurred to me many years back. And I am absolutely astonished that this isn't something that the government is doing now, because it is eternally and infinitely sensible of a thing for humans to do, especially if we have any intention of educating our people and doing it as efficiently as possible. We have computers, we have the internet, we have video streaming. Now, I would love for somebody to explain to me the rationale behind not having course material for virtually any subject, any topic that you could imagine, right? Recorded in 30-hour sessions or 30-hour classes or whatever, and made available online, available to anybody that might have the interest, that's a Canadian citizen, let's say, if it's being produced internally. That anybody could have access to. Why do we not do this? It's absolutely ridiculous and insane. One of the things that you will learn when you go to a university or a college is that when you go to your classes, a huge amount of the time in that class is lectures. It's a guy standing at the front of the room talking, right? Now you're paying top dollar for that. Functionally, there is no difference between you paying top dollar to sit in a big fancy room and watch a guy talk and hearing him say the exact same things on a computer screen, right? But we have a system where if you want to hear what that man has to say, you have to go to university, you have to go to college, you have to rack up ridiculous amounts of debt. And I'm not even saying that this necessarily should be a thing that's accredited, you know, that we should have, you know, a government-funded, accredited, completely online thing. Actually, that's not that bad. But aside from that, just from people's own edification, okay? And the great thing is, it would be infinitely easy to do. It would be so incredibly easy. It would require a marginal amount of the annual. Let's not even talk about education budget. Let's just talk about subsidies for universities. Let's not even talk about high school and elementary. Let's just talk about the subsidies that the government gives out for universities. A fraction of what it spends every year, you could hire a production team to literally make a 30-hour course video on any topic and make it free to the people. And then, and all the great things that come from it. Maybe I can't go to university. Maybe I can't afford it. Maybe I don't have time. Maybe I work a job or something like that. Maybe I don't care if I get a piece of paper. Oh my God, what a mind-blowing concept. The thought that you could learn how to do something and learn how to do it well and be of some use to society and learn how to do it on your own just from watching a bunch of videos and reading about it. What an idea. And think about the things that you could do with it. Maybe, let's say I'm thinking about becoming a dental hygienist, right? And, I think this is a pretty good career choice, yeah. So, I could either shrug my shoulders, go in blind on a whim, and discover 6 months in that I really hate teeth. Maybe I don't hate teeth, but maybe I just really don't like, maybe I don't have the stomach for it. Maybe I just can't remember the terms. Maybe there's any number of reasons. So what is the harm of making that whole course available for that person to watch at their own time, to get a good understanding of what the course is about, and then maybe after they're a little bit more well informed, then they can make the decision to drop down $10 or $15 or $20,000 a year on a course. I won't say where it was that I went to college, but my experience was that, how do I put this? I had read the textbook, the main course text, through 2 times before the start of the course. I figured it was a sensible thing to do. It's just a book. And I figure if I'm going to drop, 10 or 15 grand on this, why not get ahead, jump start on the whole situation? So I did. And I started the course, and I realized very quickly that, there were a few other people there that had a good head on their shoulders for what we were doing. But there were others in the class that were just infants. They had no clue about anything, and they were just basically starting from ground zero. So the result of this was we had to move as fast as our slowest member, right? So after 4 months, when our teachers are basically introducing us to something that is such an elementary concept, that everybody there should have known before even stepping in the course, that to me felt like a huge problem. That felt like, to me, like a huge waste of my time. So, one of the things that we can do with these videos is make watching them and make answering a couple easy tests based on the contents therein, make that part of the application process for a higher level education. All right. I think one of the most tragic things about how we approach learning is that we don't teach kids how to teach themselves. That is the most important resource that you could have. If you can teach a child, or teach a young adult, or teach a whoever how to discover on their own, how to learn things on their own, and all the creative ways in which that can, financially benefit their lives and plus enrich their lives, we need to do that. And then, because then that person will have a teacher following them around for life. It's called themselves and an internet browser. The greatest benefit of doing this, though, isn't for anything that's going to lead into another post-secondary. It isn't for the purpose of letting somebody know if they want to go to university or not, or as a tool to gauge their acceptance into a university or not. It's really just for anybody out there that wants to learn. That's just it. Maybe you're learning to get yourself a new job. Maybe you're just learning because it's a topic that you really love and you want to learn about it. And that's great. That's something that should be fostered in people. So the fact that we have the tools to so easily and cheaply give people a resource to learn more, and we're not doing it, that's nuts. That's nuts. And that just goes to show the backward approach that we take with government and running the world. We're not moving forward. Not that part of humanity. Got this. There's a screen. How many pixels is that? That's incredible. How we approach education, not so much.